I've recently been introduced to an assessment tool that is very attractive to my students. It's quizizz.com, spelt Quizizz.com. This site is similar to another site that can be used for assessment called Kahoot. However, I prefer Quizizz. Quizizz is an online assessment tool that is good for formative or even summative assessments. The way that Quizizz works is with the teacher first creating an account, or in my case, logging in as such. Teachers can create a multiple choice quiz or select a pre-made one from other teachers, which can be used as is or edited to meet the needs of the teacher. Images can be added to questions to make them more interesting or to use as a part of the question, such as a map. Questions and answers can also be presented in different colors, making this adaptable for students with different learning styles. Once the quiz is set to the teacher's liking, a code is provided for the quiz. Let me show you. For our first quiz, we can choose either a quiz that I've already created, such as the Minoans Chapter 9 quiz. We can edit this quiz, where we see our questions over here and our answers here. The correct ones are given. We can add an image if we choose, but we'd have to get the image ahead of time. And here is our questions, and here are our answers. Here is a preview of the other questions. If we don't want to do this, we're all set with this. We can instead choose to get a public quiz. So if we choose a public quiz and we decide we want to do something like, I don't know, ancient Greece, maybe Athens. That's what my students are studying these days. I can choose the Greek city-states. I can see that it has 15 questions. If I go further down, I can see what the questions are. I can look and see what the answers would be. I can see how much time they're allowed to answer each question. And I can decide if I want to take some of these questions out. I can duplicate it and then edit it, get rid of some questions, add my own questions to it. So I'm just using some of the questions. I can add images to it, whatever I want. Once I do that and decide I want to play live, I then come to this page, which gives me some other possibilities where we can jumble the questions, jumble the answers. And the good thing about this is that when the students are sitting next to each other, they may not be on the same question. So there's not less chance of looking on. I will turn the music off. The music can be kind of annoying sometimes. Then we proceed. Quizizz brings us to this page, which has a code that we enter, or we can share it directly on Google Classroom if we have Google Classroom. For today, we're going to use the code, which is 784918. Where I am is where the kids will go on their devices. They can use either an iPad, a tablet, a computer, or even their phone. And they go to join.quizizz.com. This brings them to the page we are at right now, where they enter the code. Once they proceed, they're prompted to give a name. Sometimes kids like to use nicknames, sometimes they use regular names. I tend to like them to use regular names. So this one is a practice student 1. And they give them an avatar. Then on my side, I can choose to keep the student's name, and I see all the students that have entered. So this is one that this is what's projected on the board, and all the students can see kind of who's entering the game. Once I'm all set, I've got all the students that I need. I haven't decided to delete any students. I go ahead and start the game. The game, I see this on the board. My kids see this in the computer. When they go, they are given a time limit for the questions, and they are given their options down here. And you can have up to 4. So we choose, when we get it correct, we get what's called a meme, which is a picture with some kind of saying, which we can control ourselves if we don't like it, as well as where we're ranking. Type of government ruled by the people is the democracy. Yay! I'm very happy for you. And here is where we are. We're first place. And here was the correct answer. As we continue on, modern day based on some events in Greece, the Olympics, and we continue to get different memes. Now, I will choose a wrong answer so that we see what is wrong here. Except I can't manage to choose a wrong answer. Okay, finally I can choose an answer. So there's a wrong answer. And there's a meme that shows us that it's wrong. So that's a game. And that's what the kids see. I'm going to exit the game, go back to my account. That's not the account I want. And here's the account. When someone exits the game, and while their students are taking the game, we can see the questions and see how they're doing. And because the questions are random and mixed up, they won't necessarily be in the order that they're at. We'll end the game now. And this is how the game ends. We get a quick overview, the questions that were answered versus the questions I didn't get to because we ended the game early. We can export the results in a spreadsheet. We can review the questions, each one. And so this provides a type of analysis. In this sense, this is like a game to kids because they can see their rank within a particular class. All the kids are noted, but they don't get to see each other's. At the ends, they're shown their score, and the teacher can then download the responses in, as I said, an Excel spreadsheet. Let's look at that spreadsheet. We can go to My Reports and look at some completed ones. And here's one that I did, Greek city-states. That's the one we just did. I don't want to do that one though. I'd rather pull up one. This is a good one to see that I did with my students. This is a quick overview, but if we download the sheet, the Excel spreadsheet provides much information that can be used to analyze students and drive instruction. Let's show an example. Each question on the spreadsheet is there with the number of the students who answered it correctly, the number who answered incorrectly, and the number who didn't attempt to answer because they didn't choose to or because they didn't get to it. It provides a total accuracy for the class as a whole, and that's at the bottom here. Here's the accuracy. It provides each individual student and their answer, and that's on this side right here. So this is Jenny, and here are the answers that she answered. The incorrect answers are highlighted. As you can see, Jenny got all of them correct, but if you look right next to her, Aiden received 3 wrong, and they're clearly highlighted in red. This makes it easy to see those students who are struggling and which questions they struggle on. It also allows teachers to decide if reteaching the whole class is necessary or if we should better connect individually or in small groups with students. So this allows us pretty quick to see which questions we need to look at again, see what they're getting wrong, review it again with the students. Can also play the game again with the students and have them score it again. As you can see, it also gives their percentage. So for quick scoring, I can just quickly put this inside my grade book. It tells us when they took the quiz and their IP address, so I can see that they all took it, in this case, at school. Quizzes can also be used as a homework assignment, where the teacher can send a link for students to complete at home. So if we close out of this, go back to reports, we go to my quiz, and I want to assign this for a homework assignment, I can do that. I can determine when that needs to be done. I can, again, set up if I want the music on or off or how I want this to be. The memes, again, are the pictures. Then if I proceed, I can do it 3 different ways. I can have them join a link, so I can either email them the link. I can, I can email them the link and give them the game code, or I can do Google Classroom. And all the instructions are here. This is good for a pre-assessment prior to a lesson and can help me decide how much information the students already know. So using quizzes in this capacity can also drive instruction. There are many benefits to using this tool. One of the obvious ones is that it's an assessment tool that uses technology and grades it for you, which makes our lives easier. Another is that it's not just another boring assessment. Images, different colors, and the fact that students are actually competing against each other adds excitement to this tool. Despite the competitive aspect of the quizzes, students only see their answers, as we saw, and see their place in the class as they progress. They do not see how everyone else is doing, and this allows students to not feel embarrassed about their score if they do not do well. Pre-made quizzes are a bonus, as no one likes to reinvent the wheel, and being able to edit the quiz or use questions from other quizzes ensures all the material being assessed is appropriate to what was taught. As with everything, there are some cons. Here is the meme I was talking about, where we can choose what pictures to provide. We can even put a text, good job, keep going. Some of the cons, however, like Kahoot, there's a danger that the students will focus on being first and not actually getting the answers correct. When they see the timer going, it may stress them out a little bit. And then, although multiple choice is great to have, if we really want some in-depth responses and some in-depth thinking as well as assessing, then short answers are better, and quizzes doesn't provide short answers. The best thing about this, I think, though, is that it is free. So I hope that you will try it out, create some quizzes of your own, name it as a practice quiz to try it out, and then consider trying it. Thanks for listening, and I hope you try quizzes.